Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lorena, and I'm so excited because today I am officially launching my company, Infinita Wellness, where I'll be offering naturopathic consulting and health coaching. And I'm really excited because even though this is something that I've been working on for a few months, it's really something that I've been dreaming of doing my whole life. So it's an opportunity that I'm really grateful for and a journey I'm really excited to embark on. So, just a little bit about me. I grew up in a house where food and nutrition were really treated as medicine. And growing up in an Eastern European background, my parents had a little bit of a different approach to medicine. And I always knew that I wanted to help people. And from a young age, I knew that I wanted to be a doctor. So, fast forward a few years, I went to NYU and I studied nutrition and dietetics. And I also went pre med because, as much as food and nutrition they play such a fundamental role of our health. There are so many different aspects that contribute to our health. And during my time at NYU, I started shadowing a lot of different doctors. And I always thought I wanted to be a pediatrician, but I wanted to see all the different fields of medicine. And despite shadowing so many different doctors, I was a little bit disheartened by the physician-patient relationship. Um, it seemed like the visits were 10 to 15 minutes. There wasn't a big focus on education or empowerment. And someone would come in with a slew of symptoms. They were slapped on a diagnosis, a medication, and off to the next patient. And that's not the type of medicine that I knew I wanted to practice. And being a patient myself and feeling that intimidation from a physician and feeling like I couldn't ask any questions or I didn't really even know what was going on in my own body, I just, it wasn't the kind of medicine that I wanted to practice. And so I graduate NYU and I still don't know what kind of medicine I want to practice because I knew that I didn't just want to prescribe medication and put a band-aid on symptoms. And for anyone who knows me, knows that I will usually always try to find the positive in a situation. And so my family was supposed to go to Greece that summer. And for whatever reason, it got canceled. And we decided to go to Arizona. And you can imagine my dismay at first, that I wouldn't be spending my summer on a beautiful beach. I would be in a dry desert. But I go to Arizona with a good attitude. And I am sitting at a juice shop and I meet this girl. And she starts telling me what she does. And she tells me that she's in naturopathic medical school. And this light started like going on inside of me. And I was like, what is that? And as she's talking about it, I just feel this like fire igniting in me. And I'm like, that is exactly what I want to do. And I'm someone who goes off of my intuition a lot. And I listen to my intuition and my gut. And within a few days, I applied to the medical school. And about 2 weeks later, I'm flying back to Arizona for an interview, sign my lease before I even get in because I knew that that's where I would be going. And a few months later, I'm enrolled and I'm moving to Arizona. And this was a big step for me because growing up in New York, going to college in New York with my brother, I had never really had to be outside of my comfort zone. So it was really uncomfortable. And of course, it's medical school. So everyone will tell you it's a really hard journey to be on. But I have never felt so lonely, or because I knew that there was light at the end of the tunnel and I would be helping people, and I just pushed through the discomfort. And as I'm going through medical school, we're learning about all the amazing principles of naturopathic medicine. And the first one being physician heal thyself. And despite learning all of these different modalities and how to be healthy and establishing the foundations to health, I didn't feel healthy, I didn't look healthy, but I just kept pushing on in the program, doing well in my classes, and figured I would get there at some point, and I did. But it's about the last year of medical school and the pandemic hits, and that was a tragedy for everyone. But I decided, since everything is virtual, I'm gonna move back to New York for however long. We thought it would be 2 weeks, and continue my studies there. And 2 weeks go by, and we all realize that this is gonna last a lot longer than we thought. And I sat down. I was like, I'm graduating in less than a year, and I'm not at the place in my life where I feel like I'm the best and I'm going to be offering this advice, but I need to be the one to take it and to establish my foundations for health. And so I looked at the pandemic as an opportunity for my growth so that I can come out a better version of myself than when it started. And I looked at the time zone in Arizona and realized I had gained 3 hours in the morning to focus on my morning routine and my workouts and making my smoothies and doing all these things that I wanted to do that I always told myself I didn't have time to do. And within those few months, I completely shifted who I was, how I thought of myself, and my whole identity. And after graduating and moving back to Arizona to study for my board exams, I felt like a version of myself that I was proud of. And so I take my boards and I decide that I'm going to do a residency in Arizona so that I can really sharpen my craft and become the best physician or healer that I can be. And so I stayed in Arizona. I did my residency focusing on thyroid disease and endocrinology. So a lot of hormonal imbalance, menopause, GI disturbances, autoimmune conditions, mental health. And I went in knowing that in a year I would be leaving and moving to be with my family. If you look at the blue zones, and you look at, and these are areas where people live the longest lives. And we can look at their diet and say, there were some that were eating purple sweet potatoes that are delicious and so healthy for you, or Mediterranean diet. But if you look at the most common denominator between all of the different blue zones, is that they all had a sense of community. And I just didn't feel like I had that in Arizona. I felt like I missed out on so many celebrations and birthdays and things that I wanted to be present for. And so a year goes by, I sharpen my craft, and I decide I'm going to move to Florida. But for some of you who may not know, naturopathic medicine isn't licensed in the state of Florida, as opposed to Arizona, where you can practice like a primary care physician. You can diagnose diseases, you can treat diseases, you can do acupuncture, you can perform minor surgery. You can't do any of that in Florida. But I knew that there was a way to have it all. And so I moved to Florida with this sense of uncertainty of my next career move, but with my heart feeling so full and like that's the place where I needed to be. And I fortunately was able to find a job within the first 2 weeks of moving here. And despite it not being what I thought it would be and not feeling fulfilled in my purpose or in my craft, I'm so grateful for the opportunity because I learned so much about myself, and I gained this confidence to really go after what I want and set boundaries and really found my voice. And so it's an opportunity that I'm so grateful for. Yes, some, may say I should have left sooner, but I feel like everything comes at the right time when you're ready for it, and it's an opportunity that I'm eternally grateful for. And so at the time, I also decided that while naturopathic medicine isn't licensed in the state of Florida, I'm going to become certified in health coaching because I know that my joy comes in helping people and helping people become healthier and happier and just better versions of themselves. And so I became a certified health coach and am now really excited to launch my company, Infinita Wellness. And my focus is really to educate and empower my clients to be their best health advocate, because there's no worse feeling than going into your doctor's office and them reading off your labs to you, and you have no idea what's going on. You don't know what your optimal levels should be. You don't even know what they're checking. You feel afraid to ask them to check something. You don't want to look stupid. And that shouldn't be your experience. It's your body, and you should have the autonomy to decide how it's treated. And so my focus is on really bridging that gap that we have in our current healthcare system and educating my clients on their bodies and really helping them remove any obstacles to cure. Because if you think about it, there's so many everyday things that are contributing to our health, like our diet and our physical activity, our thoughts, environmental toxins that we may be exposed to, or our stressors. So, the way that I look at health is really establishing a really strong foundation. So that way, when we are ultimately hit with insults, whether it be trauma or a virus, our body is in this solid place where it's really able to handle all those punches. And so I'm really excited about all the different offerings that I have. Um, I'll be offering initial health coaching consultations where we really get to know each other and actually establish those foundations to health, as well as more intimate health coaching programs and accountability programs where I really hold your hand for a few months and we really work on all aspects of your health. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can DM me or you can email me at infinitawellness@gmail.com, or you can go on my website, www.infinitawellness.com. I'm so grateful that I took this step in launching my own company. And if I can just help one person, I'm not helping just them, I'm helping all of those around them. And so I'm really blessed and grateful for my support system who encouraged me to go after and follow my dreams and my gift. And I hope that I can bring that to all of you. So, wishing you all a blessed day. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Okay.